Hey, this weekend, the Bills-Patriots game, the big playoff game, the wild card weekend, is supposed to be one of the coldest weather games of all time.
Yeah.
I think 6 below zero. Is that what they're expecting?
I think that's the feels like.
Yeah. Okay.
Feels
like 6 below.
6 below zero.
Okay, that's chilly.
One way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's chilly. But Buffalo, New York gets that way.
Does it now?
You know what I was surprised by was that your Eagles actually made the playoffs, and they are playing
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Now this is all gravy for me. I will admit. As you may have watched in the NFL preview show we did at the beginning of the year, predicted the Eagles to win less than 7 games. I think. I thought they were going to win like 4. So the fact that they're in the playoffs,
it's pretty good. That's all gravy.
Now they have not beaten a playoff team all year.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yes, they have beaten a bunch of really bad teams.
What's their record then?
They finished 9-8.
Okay.
First year of the 17-game season, but they were 0-6 against playoff teams. So yeah, they're not. Look, they're probably, if they're not the worst team in the playoffs, they're one of them. However, just the fact that you get an extra week out of the football season is fantastic for me. I did not think this was going to happen with them this year, so I'm excited about it. And you mentioned the weather. The one thing about that Buffalo game, it's going to be really cold, but no wind. Like they're expecting no wind, no precipitation.
Okay.
So yeah, cold, but maybe still playable. The Tampa game, on the other hand, we may be seeing rain and 25 to 35 mile an hour gusts.
Oh wow!
So if there's any chance the Eagles for them to win this game, it's there's a hurricane. That's their chance. They need to have a Category 5 hurricane roll through in the middle of the game. If that occurs, they run the ball a lot. Maybe they can somehow sneak this one out. I'm not optimistic at all about winning, but I am just like, I'm in happy-go-lucky mood that the game's occurring. Like,
yeah, you're already playing with house money.
Yes, that's what it feels like this year.
Wouldn't it be something if Tom Brady wins yet another stinking Super Bowl?
That would be something.
Something
I don't want to see.
No, I'm kind of tired of it. You got 7, all right, and then I think does he have 5 other also rans? Has he been in there 12 times? How many times has this guy been in the Super Bowl?
He's only lost 3, right?
Is it 3?
He lost twice to the Giants and once to the
7-3.
Eagles. Yeah.
Okay.
Once to the Eagles. That was Super Bowl 52, the greatest football game ever played. Super Bowl 52. But yeah, I think he's 7-3.
Yeah.
Look, the only thing worse than Tom Brady winning another Super Bowl would, of course, be Dallas winning it, which would be the worst thing that's ever occurred in
human history.
Human history. I mean, go back, look at it. You're not going to find something worse than Dallas winning a Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah, no. You're never going to find something worse. But let me ask you this hypothetical here for football talk, Pat.
All right.
There was always this debate. Is it Tom Brady? Is it Bill Belichick? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is it? And it went back and forth, and people had all their opinions. And then Tom Brady leaves, and he wins a Super Bowl in his first year.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone says, okay.
It's obviously Tom Brady.
I mean, look, Belichick's still a great coach, but Brady's something special. What if somehow the Patriots win the Super Bowl this year?
Oh, then you're back to...
Then you kind of back to Belichick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Brady stepped into a team that was built to win and just had a problem at quarterback, but had great receivers, had a great defense. I mean, that was a good team he stepped into. I mean, the Patriots were trashed just last year.
Yeah.
If
Belichick, he turned it around already.
Now, I don't expect them to win the Super Bowl, but if they somehow pulled that thing off...
To be something.
That would be incredible.
With a rookie quarterback, that would be amazing.
I mean, they played really well this year, made the playoffs. I mean, I don't think there was a lot of people expecting that. There's something to be said there. And he wants it. After everyone last year was like, oh, yeah, see,
obviously,
he won without Belichick in his first year.
Yeah.
If he comes back and wins with Mac Jones, a rookie quarterback,
be impressive.
He's going to have a good argument. I'll say that. What do you think about Green Bay? Are you excited?
I am. Yeah, it's what were they 13-4 on the year?
They seem pretty much like the real deal here.
Yeah. I mean, they've won a lot of close games. But they've beaten really good teams and Rodgers is having another great year. I think time's running out, though. It's got to be now or never.
Yeah, this is a big year.
Yeah,
and I think
huge.
they've underachieved with him overall as a franchise. I mean, they won one Super Bowl.
Right.
You got this all-time great.
Same with Favre.
Yeah.
Who got one.
Let me ask you this. MVP of the league. Everyone says it's obviously Aaron Rodgers. He's probably, I mean, who would be next? Tom Brady, Cooper Kupp, maybe Jonathan Taylor of the Colts, but like, it's not one of those years where it's like a seemingly real tight contest. However, there are 50 voters. One of them's Peter King, who's incredibly liberal. Another guy has come out and said he won't vote for Rodgers because was unvaccinated.
He's not vaccinated.
He's unvaccinated. Let his team down.
Asinine.
You're telling me that there's not 5 more, 10 more? How many voters, just because he's unvaccinated, will not vote for Aaron Rodgers?
I think there's probably quite a few.
Quite a few. Enough for him to lose it? I don't know. But it's going to be. I think it's going to be closer than people realize.
Yeah, it might. I mean, that guy was pretty outspoken. He apologized for it because he got caught.
Yeah, only because
he got
his
hand
caught.
in the cookie jar. But
there's no way Peter King is voting for Aaron Rodgers for MVP.
No.
Is there?
No.
The guy is. Read his columns.
And it's got nothing to do with vaccination status. Either you're the most valuable player or you're not.
I mean, their case is, well, he didn't get vaccinated. He didn't take the shot for the team. And so he wound up missing an important game or whatever that they lost. I mean, they looked terrible without him, which is, to me, an argument for him to win the MVP because you watched him play with Jordan Love. It didn't look so pretty.
Right.
But I think there's enough. I mean, there are liberals in there that are voters, and they're going to see that as a real problem. That he kind of in a cute way tried to get away from admitting that he was unvaccinated.
Yeah, what was it? Did he say inoculated?
Is that immunized, how I believe he said. Immunized, which is true. Well, I don't know if it was actually true with him. I think he had some alternative treatment that he was considering himself immunized, which I think if you had natural immunity, though, I mean, I think immunized is a totally fair way of describing it.
But again, when did people have to disclose their medical information like that?
Yeah. The only reason
That's a brand new thing, and he shouldn't have to do it.
The only reason it's mildly important in the NFL is because the rules are different for vaccinated and unvaccinated players. So knowing, if you have an unvaccinated player that might miss 2 games because of an improperly timed COVID test, and that could be a problem. Unlike the Philadelphia Eagles, who had a plethora of very well-timed positive COVID tests, incredibly well-timed. The rumor is that they got into this Week 18 situation. We're playing the Dallas Cowboys in a completely meaningless game. They couldn't really move around much. They were going to be 6 or 7, playing a road wild card game anyway. So they highly recommended to their players they all got tested. They didn't need to get tested because most of them were vaccinated anyway. They don't only if they get symptoms that they have to get tested or if they had a close contact. They didn't, but they were like, you know what? You guys should come on in. Let's get a test gone. It's going to be a good week for it. So they came in. They all got tested, and like 15 of them were positive.
Wow.
And so all of them went on COVID leave, and now none of them can be put back on COVID leave during the playoffs. So tons of their guys.
That's pretty smart.
It's pretty smart. Now, part of me thinks, did they all just get in a room and cough on each other? And I don't think that happened, but I wouldn't be stunned to hear it.
Who knows what goes on with these NFL teams?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did get into a room and cough on each other.